Hey Star Warriors, Geek here, to count down the top 10 greatest Star Wars bounty hunters. This has been my most requested video on the channel since I made my top 10 villains list, where I decided to exclude bounty hunters. So here I am to count down what I think are the best canon bounty hunters. Let's get going.
Bounty hunters? We don't need that scum.
Yes, sir.
In 10th place, we have Aurra Sing.
Only 2 to go, Windu. Come and find us. We'll be waiting.
Aurra Sing is a character who I wouldn't have cared about at all if I hadn't seen the Clone Wars. We saw a glimpse of her in episode 1, but that was pretty much it. Until she made her appearance in the Clone Wars as Boba's mentor, she proved herself to be a cunning and ruthless bounty hunter, who barely batted an eye at murdering her victims. She led complicated missions and acted as a leader among her peers. The way that she intertwined her motherly care for Boba with hard life lessons and a deadly charm makes Aurra Sing one of a kind.
Bad move, Jedi. This will cost you.
At spot number 9 is Dengar.
Thought you could pull one over an old Dengar, did you? They mocked me for choosing a toilet theme at bounty hunter school, wrapping myself in toilet paper, choosing a flying toilet for a ship. But by golly, it pays to look like floating trash in this instant, doesn't it? Old Dengar's gonna have the last laugh for sure.
Known among the fans as Toilet Paperhead, Dengar was one of the 6 iconic bounty hunters on board the Executor in episode 5. Though he's been made fun of in the way he looks and how terrible his Canon action figure is, Dengar's crude personality fits his appearance. He's unsophisticated and sloppy, but knows how to really boost his own ego. In the new Marvel Comics series, Dengar had an awesome run-in with C-3PO and Chewbacca, where he showed his true ingenuity. To a point. He later teamed up with a bunch of other bounty hunters too. No matter what you may say, you can't hurt his pride.
Hey, Bossk, who's your girlfriend?
Shut up, Dengar.
In 8th place, we have Zam Wesell.
Zam, there can be no mistakes this time.
Zam Wesell was one of the smoothest bounty hunters from the prequels, out of a grand total of 2. But in all seriousness, Zam Wesell was a character shrouded in mystery when she appeared for the first and last time in Attack of the Clones. Her shape-shifting and slick abilities with a speeder made her a difficult foe to track down, but after facing a stupid droid, a guy jumping up on her ship, and crashing into the bad part of town, she ultimately couldn't make it past Obi-Wan's lightsaber skills. Her death was swift and unexpected, giving us very little information on a character we barely knew.
It was a bounty hunter called...
At 7th, we have Greedo.
Yes, Greedo. As a matter of fact, I was just going to see your boss. Tell Jabba that I've got his money.
The very first bounty hunter that Star Wars ever presented to us has unfortunately gained a bit of a negative connotation. After the whole Han shot first controversy, Greedo has become a very hated character. For me, it's really the opposite. Greedo is one of those figures that I always knew when I was younger. He's the first Star Wars alien we ever really have an in-depth interaction with, introducing us to the iconic appearance of a Rodian. When I was much younger, I used to think that Greedo was an incredibly skilled bounty hunter, working high up in the rankings alongside Jabba the Hutt. Now I realize that he was really just a reckless henchman, but he's still one of my favorites.
Yes, I bet you have.
Entering at spot number 6 is Embo. Admittedly, I don't know a lot about this Kyuzo bounty hunter, other than the fact that he looks really awesome, and had some of the coolest moments in the Clone Wars cartoon. He was quiet and mysterious, incredibly skilled with very little mercy or remorse for his victims. He knew how to fight, using his menacing-looking hat as a shield, bowcaster, and even a snowboard. He also found the time to take care of a pet Anuba named Marok, who was just as cool as his master. During the Clone Wars, Embo was considered the second greatest bounty hunter in the entire galaxy, with his mysterious personality and incredible skill living up to his reputation.
Que paskudna bestioli.
It seems your mission was a success, bounty hunter. From this point, I will deal with them myself.
Making it to the halfway mark at spot number 5 is Bossk. Yet another character that doesn't have a lot of history. Being one of the 6 bounty hunters here definitely gives Bossk a special place in my Star Wars nostalgia. He has one of the greatest species designs, and looks nice in his classic spacesuit. There's more to the story about the suit, but I'll include that in an upcoming Bossk Factor Beam video. Bossk was one of the most influential figures in Boba's life, always sticking by his side in times of trouble. Seeing how Bossk was basically the father figure for Boba, it makes this scene make much less sense, but that doesn't really matter. Bossk is fair and honest, yet brutal at the same time. He has impeccable skills and an every man for himself mentality. This awesome character definitely deserves 5th place.
Alright, that's it. Fight's over!
No, it ain't. You got a problem with Boba. You got a problem with me.
In 4th place, we have IG-88.
Is he paying attention?
I have always been a huge fan of robots and droids, and when a machine like IG-88 comes around, it definitely grabs your attention. The very second I saw his espresso maker head among the crowd of bounty hunters, I knew that I had a new favorite character. IG-88 has always just seemed to draw me in, and he'd be much higher on this list if he actually did anything other than silently turn his head. In Legends, IG-88 showed up in books, comics, and cartoons all over the place, but really made only one canon appearance in Episode 5. He may be a highly undeveloped character, but his incredible design and rogue qualities tell so much more than any backstory ever could.
You will have both the scepter and the trooper.
Don't fail me, IG-88.
At spot number 3 is Jango Fett.
I'm just a simple man trying to make my way in the universe.
Ever made your way as far into the interior as Coruscant?
Once or twice.
Recently?
Possibly.
I know that this is a very controversial choice, especially considering the fact that depending on who you ask or what videos you've watched of mine, there may seem to be some contradicting information. The main reason I've placed Jango in 3rd place on this list is because he was really implemented into Attack of the Clones just to be a copy of Boba Fett. They knew that Boba sold toys, so why wouldn't Jango? And he did his job well. Nonetheless, Jango is an awesome character. He uses his extremely high-tech armor extensively to his advantage, showing off his quick reflexes and abilities. He always seems ready to strike, yet remains calm when necessary. He's also the one man who provided the DNA for the cloning process, giving us all of these characters. He's fast, swift, and cunning, even dying a sacrificial death in the heat of a battlefield. There's no question about it. Jango deserves spot number 3. In 2nd place, we have Cad Bane.
On your knees. Raise your hands. Slowly.
Son, I wouldn't be so hasty if I were you.
From the very moment he stepped onto the screen in the Clone Wars, fans knew that he was going to be someone special. If his awe-inspiring appearance and epic voice aren't enough, his reputation certainly is. He is incredibly cunning, always finding his way out of sticky situations. Like Bossk, he shares the every man for himself mentality, but to the extreme. If it doesn't affect him or his credits, he couldn't care less. This one scene from one of my favorite episodes, The Box, shows his true remorselessness over something as simple as a hat.
What are you looking at? It's a nice hat.
He always has something up his sleeve, and is known for being elusive. During the Clone Wars after Jango Fett's death, Cad Bane was considered the greatest bounty hunter in the entire galaxy. Everything about this character is eye-catching and intimidating, making him the 2nd greatest bounty hunter in the entire saga.
You're lucky we're in a hurry, little lady. We'll have to dance another time.
Before I give you my favorite bounty hunter, here are some runners-up. Forlom and Zuckuss.
Okay. Star Destroyer Executor, 4 p.m. Got it. They're sending a shuttle.
That is so cool!
Okay, thanks. Dude, we are bounty hunters!
Bausch.
Because he's holding a thermal detonator.
Dirge. Rako Hardeen.
We need one more thing. Your clothes?
What the?
Finally, in 1st place as the best Star Wars bounty hunter is Boba Fett.
What if he doesn't survive? He's worth a lot to me.
The Empire will compensate you if he dies. Put him in.
I know. What a surprise. I understand that in many ways, Jango Fett is better than Boba Fett. His contributions were better, his gadgets were better, even his death was better. But Boba was the original. He's the one I grew up with, and it's his look that Jango's was based off of. Because of Boba Fett, there's a whole Mandalorian builders community, and Boba Fett is still an amazing character. He's mysterious and calm, he showed his brutality and abilities with just one quote about disintegrations. He had so much character even though he was hidden beneath the mask. He first appeared in the holiday special, and he was amazing in that too. He may be working for the Empire, but we knew that he was really doing it for himself. He didn't need Darth Vader to be menacing. Such a simple character that became extremely well developed in Legends, and when that was wiped out, he came back in the Canon comic book series and showed how awesome he was once again. He may not be the most powerful, evil, or even skilled bounty hunter, but he's still my favorite.
Now that you've gotten their trust, they may take you to their new base.
This time we'll get them all.
I see why they call you the best bounty hunter in the galaxy.
So that's my list on the top 10 best canon Star Wars bounty hunters. Subscribe to Star Geek for weekly Star Wars content. If you enjoyed the video or agree with the list, please shoot that like button at light speed. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by clicking the links in the description, and you can check out my last video, episode 21 of Star Wars Factor Beam on Anakin Skywalker, if you just click on the thumbnail. You can also watch my list of the top 10 scenes from The Empire Strikes Back. Until we meet again in a galaxy far, far away. This has been Star Geek. Oh, hey Gary, long time no see. What's wrong? Gary, you're not a bounty hunter. You don't even have arms. I couldn't include you on the list. Whoa, how long has that been there? Wow, okay, I guess you can have 11th place?